Hey guys, it's Artifact, and 2XKO just dropped some big news today. So, two big details about what they dropped today was first off, let's get it off right off the bat. Closed beta on September 9th. Happy birthday, Artifact. And that the servers will stay online. So it's almost acting as like early access and soft release, right? Second thing is Vi is the next champion. In this video, I wanted to be more just talk more about my opinions than the news updates. Just because 2XKO, you're either tired of it or you follow every little detail of it. So in this video, I'm just going to take the opportunity to just talk about 2XKO, talk about Vi, and talk about some other opinions I have on it. With that being said, let's get into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the closed beta that's happening on September 9th. And my first knee gut reaction is I hope it's easier to get into than the alphas were, right? Getting into the first two alphas felt like pulling teeth. You had to be extremely lucky. To be fair, the first time I botched it because the survey went into my junk, so I didn't even get the survey for the first alpha. That was almost a year ago at this point. But the second alpha, I couldn't get into to save my life. And I'm hoping because it's a beta, it'll be more inclusive. And I'm hoping they'll let more people in, right? I'm hoping that it's going to be a soft release and they'll just open the floodgates for people. When I signed up for the beta for Valorant, I got an email immediately saying, hey, you're in. So I'm hoping because it's a beta and not an alpha, they'll let more people in and just let the whole player base just come in at once. So, because the beta is PC only, there's a part of me that's concerned for my fellow console players. Because with fighting games, there's like a window. When a new fighting game comes out, it feels like you gotta get on it in like the first 2 weeks. You gotta get on it within the learning phase where everyone's on the same level, where everyone's trying to figure stuff out and things. And there's a small concern, it's not too big, but a small concern that by the time Xbox and PlayStations get to play this game, they'll be so far behind because a good chunk of players will already know what they're doing. And so a few new players will come in and just get stomped. I did a video on Net Impact a few days ago, and I'm like, people have already figured out the degen, and it's only like 5 days in. So that part kind of concerns me. But when Guilty Gear Strive came to Xbox, it brought in a new wave of new players. So I feel like when the beta or whatever it be finally does hit consoles, you'll have a good pull of also new players too. But just expect a Smurf or two. Alright, now let's talk about Vi. When I played League of Legends a long time ago, I mained Vi in the jungle. I don't want to be that dude, but I liked Vi before Arcane, right? I always liked Vi. This Vi actually kind of reminds me of a mix between Rock Howard from Fatal Fury mixed with Striker from DNF Duel. But yeah, it seems like she has a lot of quick actions, a lot of hit a lot of buttons and hope for a combo and usually it works type of thing, like Striker had. But I'll let the other YouTubers handle like the detail and the dissecting because they could do it a lot better than I could. That being said, there are a few things I want to talk about. And let's start with the big animation controversy, if you would. So, 2XKO's kind of getting memed on for this ultimate because it doesn't show the physical hits. So it feels like she's just shadow boxing, right? Alright, listen. I know I'm not gonna make everyone happy. There's no way to make everyone happy with this one. So I'm just gonna throw my opinions out there. I don't want to white knight for Riot. The shadow boxing Vi ult, it does look a bit strange, right? But this game has been in development for years. And people are starting to get burnt out. I went through the Twitter comments today, and a lot of them said, hype is done. Just let the game come out. 2XKO really does feel like it's in crunch time. This game has been in development for a long time. Even I did a video saying, sorry 2XKO, Marvel has my hype now. And I think they're feeling a ton of pressure from the higher-ups of Riot and little things like this where you can feel the rush, you can feel the crunch. But that being said, if every little detail was absolutely perfect, this game would never come out. So that and crunch and everything like that. So I understand memeing on it, right? You're kind of justified. But I do want to play 2XKO sometime in my lifetime, right? I would like to see 2XKO come out before Ashes of Creation. There's something about my YouTube channel that loves games that will never come out. So I'm kind of out of 2XKO B-roll because I don't have any of my own gameplay recorded because I couldn't get into any of the alphas. So here's some DNF duel. But something I do actually want to be critical of is I'm kind of over this whole Arcane thing. Okay? I loved Arcane. Don't get me wrong. But I want 2XKO to be League of Legends, right? Not just Arcane. Echo, Vi, and Jink, you have your Arcane representatives now. Now let's do some more Runeterra. Let's get some Sarima in there, right? I would love to see Renekton, Sivir, one of the Ascended characters from the Sarima lore in there. I wouldn't mind seeing some of the Frey Lord in there. Granted, the door guy is there. I kind of forgot his name. But put some Shadow Isles in there, right? Elise, the Spider Girl, Mordekaiser. Thresh is begging to be in this game. I'm just, I'm over the Arcane thing. Let's do more Runeterra as a whole. Let's get away from Piltover. But that's just me. But I do want to see 2XKO expand outside of this whole Arcane takeover of League of Legends. It's been a few years. I think it's time to start moving forward, right? I just wanted to get that off my chest. I just want Sarima to get some love. Alright, so probably not my best video. I'm still trying to figure things out in the fighting community. But thanks for watching, guys, and Artifact out.